We are literally connected. Every single human is connected.
Yeah.
So the knowledge that we are missing out on because we're closed off or we're too busy in our heads. No, it's like some of the most amazing, what are they called, Einstein and stuff like that. Do you know how he got a lot of his ideas? He
Yeah.
sat in a chair and meditated with two um, balls in his hands and just sat there until they dropped. He did nothing. He allowed that knowledge to come in. Trust that.
Yeah. I love it. Did I tell you guys the story of when I was a teenager and my brother and I were riding, he was driving, but I was passenger down a highway. I told you guys that.
I don't think you told me.
So this speaks on his, like, but just to show that we're guided by a higher intelligence and we're always, even if we don't know, the principles are always at play. Things are always connected. Long time ago. We were driving down this highway. He was driving, I was passenger, and we were like a mile from our exit, which the and this guy in front of us is a semi flatbed truck carrying a huge piece of heavy equipment chained to the back of it. And my brother puts on his blinker and starts to pass him. And I'm like, what are you doing? You know, we're going to miss our exit because it's only a mile. He's like, I don't know. I just feel like I need to get over. And I was like, okay, well, like, hurry up because our exit. And the second that he pulled back in front of him, which was, and we made it right after our exit, but the second he pulled right in front of this guy, the chains that was holding that big piece of equipment snapped and
Mhm.
it flew off the back of the truck. And we pulled over like right there on the exit ramp in total disbelief. And I asked him repeatedly, how did you know? How did you know? What made you go around him? Why? How? And he's like, I don't know. Something just, I felt like I needed to.
Mhm.
And yeah, thankfully he listened to that feeling that day. Because I mean, we probably sat there for like at least 30 minutes in disbelief of what had just happened because if we had stayed behind that truck, there's no doubt the heavy equipment would went right through our windshield. And it was huge. But yeah, that's the whole guiding force and the connectedness. And you both touched on something that is so super, super important. And it's funny because he was driving. So a lot of times, and I'm not going to say for everybody, but a lot of times when we're driving, we are in a little bit of a different state of mind, a little bit of a trance state, hypnotic state, whatever you want to call it. And it is easier to hear stuff like that because we don't have a ton of thinking going on. And that's what you both touched on that I think is super, super important for people to understand is that it it's with that quietness that wisdom becomes louder. It's not actually becoming louder, but like you both said, once all the chaos and the noise and the ego and anything else, all the stories running in your head start to slow down and stop, wisdom seems like, yeah, that it's louder, but it's not. It's just a lot easier to hear when it's not trying to, when you don't have a million other things yelling over
Mm.
the top of it. So you both hit on a fantastic point. And yeah, that's my little story of thank
Yeah.
God for those
Mate.
nudges, for that connectiveness, for that for him listening that day.
Mm.